All right, man, we back. Mercy Sports Talk in the building. Appreciate everybody for checking in. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button. Let's get situated real quick. Won't miss another video. And Detroit Lions lose an exciting game, 24-31 to the Raiders of Oakland. And I can do an hour video on this game. All right. We could talk about the stat line. Stafford was 26 for 41, 406 through the air, 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. J.D. McKissick, 4 carries, 32 yards, 8-yard average. Ty Johnson, 9 carries, 29 yards, 3.2 yards average. Paul Perkins carried the ball 3 times, 16 yards, 5.3 yards average. Nobody got a rushing touchdown today. Galloday, 4 catches, 132, 33-yard average, 1 touchdown. Marvin Jones, 8 catches, 126, 15.8 yards of average, 1 touchdown. J.D. McKissick had 3 catches, 40 yards, 13.3 yards average, 1 big touchdown. And for the Raiders, Derek Carr, he looked like Rich Gannon in his Oakland Raider prime form. 20 for 31, 289, 2 TDs. Josh Jacobs tore the Lions a new one. 28 yards, 120. 4.3 yards, a carry, 2 TDs. And Jalen Richard beat us through the air. They running back, 3 catches, 56 yards, 18.7 yards a carry. And none of their receivers really got off. Tyrell Williams had 3 catches, 48 yards. The Lions have been doing a better job covering the tight end, Darren Waller, 2 catches, 52 yards. So they really didn't beat us, per se, through the air that bad, just on the stats, but Josh Jacobs was gold today. But, one thing we could talk about is how bad the defense is. It's regressing, excuse me. That's one thing I noticed throughout this game. Stafford had to be in the shootout with not a lot of run support. Derek Carr got the support of the run game from Josh Jacobs. Stafford was hot early on. It's kind of like when he threw that pick to Galloday. And when you don't have to run the ball and you feel like you're going to be in the shootout and your team don't get the benefits of the cause, you start to force some things. And he forced a couple throws in there to Galloday that could have ended up in interceptions, but that one did, Worley. And then I think after that interception, and Tyler Whitehead, his sorry ass former Lion, chopped Kenny Galloday in the neck, which no penalty was called. And you know what? I want to give a shout out to Kenny Galloday for keeping his cool. It would have been SOL for Kenny Galloday to react and put his hands on him or punch him and get thrown out the game. So that's maturity right there by Kenny Galloday. So he showed a lot of maturity by not hitting Tyler Whitehead back, but he chopped him in the throat. So maybe if that was another Lion, that would have turned out a little bit different. But, my primary thing is on Matt Patricia. You know what I'm saying? I've been kind of supporting him last few weeks. It seemed like he kind of have the game plan, him and Pascaloni sometimes. But now it's just become laughable. You know what I'm saying? It's become very, very laughable what he's doing. He's trying to switch and play a little bit more zone coverage today. They did. But his defense is terrible. And when you're giving away a talent like Quadre Diggs and you expect Tavon Wilson, who sometimes play good and sometimes he iffy, but he's not a starting caliber player, and you tell us that, a 5th, 6th round rookie or 4th round rookie and Will Harris can fill Quadre Diggs' shoes, you giving away talent for nothing, and we need talent. You know what I'm saying? So, obviously, defensively, they made Derek Carr look good. They talking about Harrison, Chris Billman said Harrison playing the best game of the year, and, his specialty is stopping the run, and we couldn't stop the run. Deshaun Hand, he went out with an injury. I don't know exactly what his injury was. Jared Davis, oh my God. I cannot stand Jared. Jared Davis is becoming the new Jeff Backus for me. The Lions player I cannot stand the most. He cannot tackle. He cannot cover. He cannot play football. He's just an athlete masquerading as a linebacker. All right? But other than that, their receivers didn't beat us, that bad at all. It was the linebackers, the running backs on linebackers matchups. And, Derek Carr just made some timely throws. He threw the touchdown to the white receiver. I don't know his name. was his name Foster or Hunter? I think Hunter Renroff was the name. He had 6 catches, 54 yards, 9 yards average a catch, and 1 TD. But the defense, man, the defense was terrible today. Even with Stafford was hot. Had the defense played one half of football, the Lions would have won this game. But at the end of the day, Patricia lays his hat on defense, and the defense looked worse and worse each week. And you know what? I'm with fireman Patricia, man. You know, I know Martha Ford ain't gonna fire nobody. She not gonna fire Bob Quinn. She gonna give him a chance all the way to their contract up. That's why both of their contracts expire at the same time. But right now, Matt Patricia, you know, he got out coached by John Gruden. You know, he really did got out coached. And defensively, you know, Trey Flowers got another sack. So he got 2 last week, 1 this week. So he got a sack. So he did, I guess, solid today. But there's really no pressure on Carr. There was really no pressure on Carr today. And I'm looking at the Raiders defense. Give me 1 second. And you don't see them. They recorded 1 sack, and that was Arden Key out of LSU. Oh, they recorded 2 sacks. PJ Hall. It looked like they recorded 2 sacks today. Let me see how many sacks the Lions recorded. And this today the Packers and the Vikings lost. I think, like I said before, after they lost their Monday night game, people may not have liked it, but I said they playoff hopes was over with. Trey Flowers got a sack, and that was it. But the Raiders haven't given up a sack since week 4. But Rodney Hudson was out, and then Trent Brown went out. So 2 of their offensive linemen was out for a certain point of the game. But you know, defensively it was just nasty. It was bad. And then you get to the offense. You know, Stafford was pressing. You know, when you don't have a running game, you press. You know, you feel like you got to do everything yourself. And, you know, he made the interception to Galloday. And then Galloday saved him with an interception at the end. He missed Hockenson couldn't catch up on an isolated, it was one-on-one out route. Galloday should have been Hockenson should have been more aggressive at the top of the route to create separation. I agree with Spielman. That should have been Jones and Galloday, or even Amendola in those situations. He missed Amendola a few times on that little out route as well. He missed a lot of throws today, Matthew Stafford, man. He missed a ton of throws today, but you know what? I can't even blame him. The defense is so bad. He missed a lot of throws from the second quarter on out. He missed some throws, man. You know, he missed some critical throws. He overthrew Galloday on a skinny post down the field. He overthrew him, which he would have just hung it up there. But low key, if you've seen, the DB did a nice little hold on Galladay's torso, so they kind of slowed it down a little bit. Other than that, Galloday would have been able to break away. But you know what? On a positive note, before I keep going in on Stafford, on a positive note, I like what J.D. McKissic brings to the table. He see the hole, he hit the hole, he explosive. Tyler Johnson just seemed like he was a rookie. You know, he wasn't hitting the hole like he should. He was kind of tiptoeing and, you know, wasn't sure of himself. But if he ever really hit the hole, then when he did hit the hole like he's supposed to, he started to have some positive plays. But J.D. McKissic looking good today, man. He's probably one of the fastest guys on the team. I didn't like how they didn't utilize Marvin Hall today. They chose to go with Amendola. And Amendola has some catches in there, but he just don't provide no explosiveness, man. You know, he's a possession receiver. He had 3 catches for 29 yards, but, you know, Marvin Hall, I felt should have got some more play because some of those DBs was paying a lot of attention to Galloday and Jones, and I felt that Hall could have stretched the defense down the field, which he didn't get that opportunity. But I did like the Amendola matchup today. Hockenson, what he had today, 3 catches, 56 yards, his best game since week 1, but it wasn't good enough. You know, I don't know what he's struggling with. Maybe he's still injured. I know he went out with a hair injury at the end, but it seemed like the physicality of the NFL is too much for him. You know what I'm saying right now, and the speed. And that's what happens with rookie tight ends because it's just not the player speed. You worry about learning the playbook, the line audibles. You worry about learning, you know, a little bit of the H-back. You learning, you know, the slot receiver. You might have he played the little X receiver today too. So it's a lot going, and this is why you don't see a lot of rookie tight ends taking high, because they don't really pay off right now and then and there. And once again, I'm gonna keep saying it. Mike Ditka had the best. Mike Ditka still has the greatest rookie tight end season. You know what I'm saying? With over 1,000 yards, I think 5 touchdowns, maybe 7. So at the end of the day, I still won't panic about Hockenson. I think he's just gonna feel comfortable in year 2. He got to get in the weight room, but it was a luxury pick for the Lions. You know what I'm saying? But I understood the pick because you need help blocking. He can block, and he can catch the ball. But right now, they just can't find a way to get him involved. And I just think the speed and the physicality in the NFL is a little bit too much for him right now. I think next year he'll be a lot better. But Stafford missed some throws today, but you can't sit back and throw 41 times. And I think that's what he threw for. Let me see. Yeah, he threw 41 times. You can't expect somebody to throw 41 times and not have a consistent run game. You know what I'm saying? So he missed some throws. He missed one to Galloday. He had a clean pocket a lot of times today, man. And he just missed some throws, man. He missed Galloday. I mean, he missed Amendola. He missed Galloday. And it happens. You know what I'm saying? And it is what it is. He started off really, really hot. They couldn't keep that momentum. The Raiders made the adjustments. They played a little bit tighter. Whatever they did with their coverage, it worked. It slowed the Lions down. And, the Lions can never play offense and defense good for a whole game. The defense can never play really good for a whole game. The offense can never put 4 quarters together. And that was the problem, man. The huge problem with Matthew Stafford is, he don't have no support in the run game. With Kerryon, without Kerryon, with Anderson, without Anderson, with Johnson, without Johnson, without McKissick, with McKissick, it don't really matter. He not getting enough support in the run game, man, and I think that's unfortunate for him, man. But overall, I feel that Matt Patricia got out coached. I feel that it's time for Matt Patricia to go. The defense ain't getting better. The defense is ranked number 32 in the league in overall defense, I believe it is. We 3-4-1. Last year he won 6 games. This year it looked like he could be on track to win more than 6 games. But on the day where the Vikings and the Packers and the Bears lost today, the Lions gained no traction, no ground, because they lost today too. And pretty much, I think we're in draft mode. I think we're in draft mode, and people want to say, well, they should have traded for a running back. Well, they should have did this. They should have did that. It wasn't going to help. You know what I'm saying? Melvin Gordon wasn't going to help them this season. A guy that's still working his way in shape. Le'Veon Bell working his way back in shape still after leaving the season. This team is not close. This team needs 2 or 3 more drafts to bring their depth up to NFL par, which is average. You know what I'm saying? And, I would just keep drafting younger players. And then when I felt that we were close, then I would, cash in with some trades. But Matthew Stafford ain't got that much longer. Is he going to play 15, 20 years? I think not. He just laid the I'm going to get to the last play too. He just, laid the wood with his shoulder. You know what I'm saying? He can't take this beating too much longer. You know what I'm saying? So, this team ain't close. People crying about we don't never get no trades. This team has been deprived of average talent to build up the roster because Matt Millen, Mayhew Lewan had 20 years, almost 20 years of bad drafting. You know what I'm saying? So, Bob Quinn has to repair that with getting depth players, but then again, he didn't put the right guy in place. Terrell Austin, I say this from day one, Terrell Austin was a better defensive fit for this city and for this team than Matt Patricia. Matt Patricia's defense is 32nd. I don't remember Terrell Austin's defense, being last in the league. I could be, a little bit murky in the brain, but I remember he had a top 2-3 defense one year. It's just the offense wasn't on par. Had they had this offense with that defense last year, Sue played here, this team definitely would have won a playoff game or 2, but they can never get on the same accord. Now, the last drive of the game, they got down there on a pass interference on Kenny Galloday. It also was roughing the passer penalty that was declined. And they get down there, and I can't remember the exact sequence, but I do know, I think Stafford ended up trucking the guy. They get back to the line, or something happened where the Raiders call a timeout. So they come out, the Lions come out heavy, right? They only like the 2-yard line. And You know, I'm thinking like, damn, why they coming out heavy? So they think they was gonna catch the Raiders slipping by calling play action, right? The Raiders don't fear no team, none of the 30+ teams or whoever it is, not even the Detroit Lions practice squad players worry about the Lions running the ball in the goal line or in run situations. So Darrell Bevell, one of the mistakes he made, this is the biggest mistake he made today. He calls a play action play. He takes most of his big receivers out. Now, it looked like it was just all heavy guys. It might have been, I don't know exactly who was out there, but I know Logan Thompson was probably one of the intended targets. So, and maybe I can rewind back to this part. Give me 1 second. And I can tell you exactly what happened. But, yeah, I'm going to tell you exactly what happened. Give me a minute. We're going to replay this. But, 1 second. All right, see, they call the timeout. And it's 4th down. All right, the Raiders bail them out. Let me see if we get back to it. The Raiders bail them out. So I do like Galloday and Jones running back on the field. No, they went to the sideline. So they took their 2 best receivers off the field on a goal line situation. So a fade route, pick play, rub route, slant route is gone. They out there heavy. So they out there with the fullback. I would say that's Nick Baldwin. A running back that I don't know who the hell that. Maybe that's Tyler Johnson. It ain't J.D. McKissick. They out there with 2 tight ends, I think it's 2 tight ends. And it might be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I think they got 3 tight ends out there. It might be an extra offensive lineman in there, which it may look like Terrell Crosby. So they come out there with technically 3 tight ends, but one is an extra offensive lineman, if my eyes telling me. They got Jesse James, I believe, to the left. And they got, I think, Logan Thompson to the right. All right? So they come out. They on the 1 yard line, right? Now, a run might have worked here because they linebackers are, well, it wouldn't have worked for the Lions. They linebackers playing a little deep. They're expecting some type of pass. So we play. I ain't ask you. So they linebackers playing a little bit. Oh, come on. I'm trying to get this thing to play. It gave me all the way back to the beginning. Give me 1 second. So I want to see exactly what happened here. So here we go. So they come out in a heavy formation, play action to the running back, and they roll out and they target Logan Thompson. All right, they play action, right? They drag Logan Thompson across the formation, it looked like. Right? They on the 1. Logan Thompson comes across the formation like he gonna act like he gonna block. The linebackers all pursue as he hand the ball off. They bit on the run fake a little bit. Stafford throws off his back foot. They target Logan Thomas, and Jesse James were their receiving targets out there. It was like a 2-man route. So even if I'm on the 1 yard line and I know I can't run the ball, why would I take two of my biggest red zone threats out there? I go with 2 backup tight ends, a running back, which nobody fear, not Anderson, not Joy Bell, not Bush, not Kevin Jones, not Johnson. They go out there, 3 tight ends, extra offensive lineman being one of the tight ends. They drag Logan Thompson across the over crossing route. They had Jesse James go to the pylon on the flag route. Play action, you know what I'm saying? You target Logan Thomas, you got Danny Amendola, you got Kenny Galloday, you got Marvin Jones, you got, Hockenson got hurt. So their primary target was Logan Thomas. I'm keep calling him target. Logan Thomas, the former Virginia Tech quarterback. Can you believe that? Darrell Bevell, he made a few mistakes today. He seemed to be the better coach on the team, more than Pascaloni, better than a special teams coach, better than Patricia. But this was his worst play call. Taking Galloday and Jones, who was scorching hot out there today. Even if he would have spread it out and ran the ball up the middle, I wouldn't have had a problem with that. Or called a read option with Matthew Stafford or RPO or read option pass play. You know, out of all the creative plays he could have did, all the weapons they got, not one of the Lions' most important weapons was on the field today, but Matthew Stafford in his final play. But hey, it is what it is. There's no need to harp. We lose, but hey, we move on to the next one, and I believe the Lions got a stretch of road games next. So we go to Chicago next Sunday, then Dallas come here, and then we on Washington, and then the Bears come for Thanksgiving. But I think we already in draft mode. But hey, it is what it is. Gonna keep covering. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate everybody making the donations. That link's in the description. Best way to donate, share the video. We're on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out to the email if you got business, question, inquiry, sponsorship, video requests. Just keep sharing the videos, man. I'm keep putting it down the best way I know how. If you got video requests, question, business, inquiry, sponsorship, whatever situation may be, email me. Then Twitter is the second fastest way. Then everything else, Facebook and Instagram. One time for the one time. Mercy Sports Talk. We gone.